What it is, homies? Mick Flubberpants all up in this hizzy. Back to you again with some more Minecraft. A little bit early. In fact, very early. You could say an entire week early because I've decided to change this from Minecraft Mondays to Minecraft Daily because you know what? Now that I've started playing Minecraft, I just can't get enough of that. I just keep on getting the Minecraft itch every time I can't play because I have to wait for it to become a Monday again. So yeah, I'm going to be playing Minecraft every single day now. And it's gonna be awesome, guys, and mostly because I totally and utterly failed in the last episode of Minecraft. So now I need to pretty much start over, everybody. Oh boy, I'm so excited, everyone, to start over. Oh, and there's a fucking skeleton all the way over there, looking at me, all skeleton-y, like he thinks he owns the place. That fucking piece of shit. Oh, look, and there's a creeper, too. That's kind of why I want cats, because cats scare creepers. That's right. Burn, you son of a bitch. Oh, yes. Now if I can get the creeper to explode on him. Oh, he's still alive. Well, now I got some more materials. Gimme. Let's go ahead and eat this apple. So today, I'm just taking a quick break from writing the script for the Mass Effect video, and I wanted to talk about why it's taken so long, because this has easily taken longer than any other video I have ever done. And I don't exactly know why. Well, I know why, but I don't know what the cause of the reason. If you know what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm getting such writer's block, and it's really weird because I have a creative mind. I'm constantly thinking of new ideas to the point where it's actually detrimental to my health, my mental health, because I feel like I'm never gonna get all of my ideas done because I have so many freaking ideas all the time. And this is the first time where it's like I don't really know how to continue the video at times. So it's been really bothering me. Thankfully, I've kind of gotten past the main snag, and I have been writing constantly for the past few hours. It's just I needed a break. And so I'm playing some Minecraft because I find Minecraft very therapeutic. It has nothing to do with Mass Effect. I just need to stop thinking about Mass Effect for the moment. And so yeah, I'm just gonna play some Minecraft, get started hopefully on my fortress. But first I need to recollect some of the shit that I lost, from dying so much. Because I'm good at this game, guys. So I'm just collecting, oh shit. Wow, good job, me. Thankfully, I was cooking those lambs. Anyway, it's just, and I kind of want to talk about certain things like, other than that as well, like coping mechanisms specifically, because I watched Tomska a lot, and I just finished watching his weekly vlog last week for this last week, and he ended it clearly severely depressed at the end. It's just, and he was drinking a lot and kind of just laying about. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Now, I'm no expert, and I do not. I want to get that straight out of the way. But I do have experience with depression, as I have depression, and I have a very particular type of depression, which I'm not sure if Tomska has, but you can deal with it in similar ways. My type of depression, I don't remember the name, but I think it's like depression disorder, where I just feel depressed all the time, and there's no good reason for it at all. And as someone who is logically minded and generally skeptical of things, it's really hard to have this kind of depression and think highly of yourself at the same time, because there's no real world reason. Well, there is, but there's no tangible reason why I feel the way that I do all the time. I'm just sad all the time. That's why I play. It's a big reason why I like to create and why I play video games and watch movies so much, is because I'm constantly trying to escape reality. And art for me is excellent form of escapism, being that admiring art, creating art. It's something I do to help deal with my emotions. And like that would be an example of a healthy mechanism. Listening, a healthy coping mechanism is dealing with your emotions by, admiring art or listening to music or something like that. And it's like it's not a cure, but it's a treatment of the symptoms. It helps me escape the reality where I am constantly sad all the time and enjoy something in my life. And I know it gets really bad when I'm not enjoying what I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. When I'm not liking playing video games, that's when I know, okay, I really need to call my therapist, or I really need to call, someone I care about to help me through it. Because if I'm not enjoying video games, that means something is really wrong with me at that moment. And I think that's what Tom Scott was going through. He said it was kind of building up to it. And like, I like the guy a ton, but he went about it the wrong way. He went about it, by laying on his couch, being miserable and drinking and feeling sorry for himself when he could be doing something much better. And so what are the things that you can do better? There are all sorts of things you can do better. And this is strictly dealing with depression and sad mood. This is before getting to the subject of like suicidal thoughts and coming up with plans to kill yourself. This is simply when you're in a horrid mood and feel really just sad and worthless. And one of the things, like, I can only talk from my experience. I can't talk from, a doctor. However, there are things that I find that doctors, particularly psychiatrists, are too quick to prescribe medication, especially since antipsychotic medication, antidepressant medication aren't exactly 100% understood yet. And that is a fact. They're not 100% understood yet. As the subject that we're dealing with, which is your brain chemistry, isn't 100% understood yet either. And I find it's, the willingness to put people on medication is too high for me to only consider my doctor's opinion. And I feel like everybody should consider everybody's opinion who's had experience with dealing with depression on their own. So this is a gigantic, long preface to saying, hey, I'm not a doctor, but I know sort of what I'm talking about, and I can give some advice. Now, the major things I want to go over right now are unhealthy coping mechanisms. And they're what Tom Scott and I tend to do. Tom Scott tends to drink a lot and eat a lot. I tend to just eat a lot because I avoid drinking because I don't like the taste of alcohol very much. Sorry. I also occasionally, not all the time, it's not my primary coping mechanism, but I occasionally self-harm, be that hitting my head against a wall or cutting myself with a knife or something like that. It's and the biggest misconception about that is that that's a cry for attention, and it's really not. Or at least not in my case. I do it because I feel like I don't deserve to feel good. I deserve to feel pain. I feel like I don't deserve to be happy. And I feel like I should be punished for feeling the way that I do because I live a very good life. I mean, I'm not making money right now, but I have very supportive parents and very supportive friends and family who support me in what I do and will always be there for me, until they're dead. And like, why do I feel so sad when I live such a good life? And it's like, I feel like I don't deserve to, I don't deserve to feel, to not be in pain. I need to make an excuse for when I cry. It's like, I just feel like, so I guess the best way to describe why I harm myself is because I feel like either I deserve to be punished, or I'm trying to justify why I'm crying to myself, I think is the best way to describe it. Because, hey, if I feel pain, I mean, it makes sense that I'd want to cry. So, you know, it's kind of fucked up, to put it blankly. It's kind of fucked up, and I know that. And I know that it's not normal. I know that it's not healthy, but I still do it. And that's kind of the curse of having a logically thinking mind with a illogical psychological disorder. And, you know, it's not fun. And so my biggest issue is that my biggest problem I have with myself, though, is that I used to have extraordinarily healthy coping mechanisms. You know, it used to be all I would need to do for the sadness, not for the suicidal thoughts. For the suicidal thoughts, I always needed to talk to somebody, whether it be a professional or someone I knew and who cared about me. But for just general depression, where it's like, you know, God, my life sucks right now. I don't deserve to be happy. That kind of stuff. I used to just need to zone out, listen to music, play video games, stuff like that. And while those are all right, what worked for me best was working out. I used to work out my problems. I used to, like, whether it be punching my heavy bag, because I do have some anger issues, or doing forms, or just vigorous exercise is probably one of the healthiest coping mechanisms you can ever have. And there's science behind it. When you exercise, you produce endorphins, you produce oxytocin, you produce these well, I'm not sure if you produce oxytocin, but you produce endorphins, and endorphins essentially are happy chemicals. They're linked to dopamine, and they're, you know, it's the chemicals in your brain that say you're happy. So when you work out vigorously, like hard, I don't mean like going for a jog. I mean like that's certainly a great way to start, but like going for a run, running several miles and working out, lifting weights, doing hundreds of push-ups, although I only did 100 push-ups per session usually. And you know, sit-ups, squats, everything. That is one of the healthiest coping mechanisms that is known, you know, and it really works. It worked for me, and it continues to work for me when I actually get out to exercise. But something happened where my coping mechanisms changed from exercise to overeating and harming myself. And I can pinpoint where, or I can pinpoint when that happened, but not why it happened. I can pinpoint why I started eating so much as a coping mechanism, sort of, but I can't pinpoint why it replaced exercise. And because I've always, since I was in middle school, I've always dealt with depression and suicidal thoughts, and I've kept it to myself mostly without having to involve others, and that's how I wanted it. I didn't want to feel like I was I needed others. I didn't want other people to worry about the way I was feeling, because I felt like I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve other people worrying about my well-being, so I kept on trying to do it by myself. And with exercise, I managed. I mean, I was mental health wise, it wasn't the best, but I still managed. And like, it's hard for me to talk about, especially off script, and I know I'm rambling a lot, but I managed it by working my ass off, either in the gym or in the Taekwondo studio or at home, and then, you know, just saying, look, these thoughts of yours, they're not based in reality. They're based in chemicals in your brain that are manipulating you. Don't let it control your life like that. And that worked for so long. And then all of a sudden, it stopped working. And then I started getting anxiety. And this all happened in college. When I went to college, I went to art school. And art school is known for being easy, but it's not when you're completely 100% well, not 100%, but mostly self-taught, especially at higher level art schools like RISD and MICA, which is where I went to. I went to the Maryland Institute College of Art, where they expect you to know certain things that I simply didn't know. I didn't know the terminology. I didn't know what certain words meant. So I was at a disadvantage. Now, maybe if I worked hard enough, I could have, worked around that. I don't know. But the problem was that I was taking these lessons. It was like me trying to study nuclear physics when I don't even have a grasp of the basic terminology. And it was the same thing with art school. I'm a talented artist, like not super talented, but the art that I've done is mostly based off of my own talent, not really based off of a skill that I developed through years of training. I just same deal with math. Like I was just good at it. I wasn't amazing. I wasn't a prodigy. I was just naturally good at math and art, and I kind of just work with that. I wasn't used to having to work very hard, and once I got to a point, I couldn't handle the stress of knowing that I'm not doing a good job and constantly feeling like I'm just the worst at what I'm doing, and I felt like I didn't even understand half of the shit they were talking about, and to have that going on the entire time I was there, I just curled up in my room and gave up on everything. I couldn't function. And I don't know why. I started overeating because I had the freshman diet, the freshman meal plan, where I could have pretty much an infinite amount of food, all I wanted. I had a stipend from my family that they gave me for art supplies and food and stuff that I was constantly using to feed myself horrible food that tasted amazing and made me feel better. Or at least I thought it made me feel better. But really, it just made me overweight and has now led with the problems that I'm dealing with now. I'm super self-conscious about my weight. I joke about it with friends and stuff because it's how I cope. I make fun of myself, and I try not to take myself super seriously, but I have a major problem with my weight, and I'm not even that overweight. There was a time where I was obese, like right after dropping out of school, but I've lost most of that weight. I'm still significantly overweight, but sugarcane. But it's not nearly as bad as it used to be, but I still feel like I'm a failure. I still feel like I'm worthless, and I still feel like I should be where I was when I was competing, because that's when I was happiest. And it wasn't, and so I think my mind is associating the happiest time of my life with being thinner. And I'm getting tons of Facebook messages, sorry, but when it might not just be the fact, I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that I weigh less, because being overweight and depression are linked very closely. But when I was competing, I was exercising every day, and I was eating a lot too, but I worked it all off. I'm blessed with a high metabolism, which is why I'm not obese anymore, despite the fact that I've only made a few small diet changes and exercise a little bit more than what I did in college. But I'm still pretty thin, but at the same time, I feel like I'm a fat, ugly piece of shit, and who doesn't deserve to be happy, who doesn't deserve to be loved by anyone. And it's like, god damn, what the fuck is wrong with me? And that's stuff that goes through my head, and I feel ashamed of myself, not just for my weight, not just for like the fact that right now I'm currently struggling to get a job, but because I feel bad. I feel ashamed because of how I feel, even though I live a life that's not bad at all. I live in America, the best country to be in if you want to succeed at anything. I'm white. I have all sorts of advantages, and like it's just, and I still feel terrible. I still feel like a piece of shit all the time. And it messes with me. It makes me feel like I'm weak. And I don't want to be weak. I'm somewhat of an alpha male. I'm competitive. I'm an athlete. I don't like feeling weak. And so I end up calling myself weak, and I convince myself that I'm weak. It's this never-ending cycle of self-hatred and pessimism that just keeps on going on, and I don't like it about myself, and I'm trying to change that. And most people have said, well, get medicine, get help. And I do get help, but I refuse to take medicine. And it's not because I'm one of the people who buy into, like, psychoactive medicine is going to make me crazy. No. I am smart enough and scientifically capable enough to know that correlation does not necessarily mean causation. What I do know are the side effects of these medicines, and many of these side effects I end up experiencing, such as suicidal thoughts, suicidal tendencies, and all that. Like, I used to take medicine for my ADD, and that's all. Some people think ADD doesn't exist. That's a whole other discussion, but I have ADD, and I've dealt with it for my entire life. I used to take medicine when I was in elementary school and middle school. That medicine being the kind of medicine that is. For one thing, I was given ADHD medicine for ADD, which they're similar, but they're still different enough where I don't think I should be getting ADHD medicine, because ADHD does deal with mood, and so ADHD medicine tends to stabilize mood, and that can be a good thing and a bad thing. And for someone whose mood is not erratic, it's stable, it's just depressed more often than not. My mood isn't erratic, it's just I'm just sad more often than most people due to a chemical imbalance in my brain. So when I get a medicine that stabilizes my mood, it makes me sad all the time, and it makes me and if not sad, it makes me feel like I'm not feeling anything, which is a very very frightening and unpleasant sensation, and I don't like that. So yeah, I refuse to take ADD medicine. I refuse to take antidepressants, and all that. I don't have a psychosis, so I don't need to take antipsychotics, but like, antidepressants make me feel worse. They make me more suicidal. ADD medicine makes me feel miserable. Absolutely miserable all the time, and so I'm not going to take those. So I'm constantly looking for ways to do it without using medicine. And so I want to get back to what Tomska has been doing, is he's connected a lot of his, well, at least this is my personal opinion, he's connected a lot of his depression to his weight. And yes, his weight definitely is a huge part of why he feels this way. But now, he's not super open about this, but I don't think I don't think that the weight is everything to do with it. I mean, he's extremely creative, and creative people tend to be more susceptible to depression and to, mental disorders and disabilities like that. And I think he needs to face it, not just from a weight perspective as well. And now, like, he clearly understands that it's a mental health issue, but I don't think, I'm talking out of my ass because I don't really know what he's doing, but I don't think he's taking it as seriously. And I don't want to make this all about Tomsko, so let's see. How can I make this more about general? So what I'm saying is that, like, sometimes solving one problem isn't going to solve the depression. Like, Tomska will probably still deal with depression after he loses his weight. I will still deal with depression after I get into fighting shape again. I will probably still deal with depression after if I'm a successful actor. Like, that's my dream. That's the goal. I want to be a successful actor, but I am pretty sure I'm still going to deal with depression after I've become one, because it's not something that goes away. It's something that sticks with you, and it's how you deal with it. I don't think depression can be cured. I think the treatments can be lowered, the symptoms can be treated, but depression in and of itself cannot be cured. And so you need to think about it like that. How am I going to get through the day? How am I going to make sure I don't end my own life at the end of the day? And there are different ways to handle it. And like I've said before, let me reiterate, this is the rambliest advice video ever, but I really needed to talk about this because this is helping me deal with it as well. So, if you're feeling depressed all the time, first things first is addressing the issue and getting help as soon as you can. Like, whether that be a parent, a teacher, a therapist, or a psychiatrist, whatever. You need to get help if you're having suicidal thoughts. And also know that just because you're having suicidal thoughts does not mean you have depression. Depression is only considered once, the mood and the suicidal thoughts go beyond a certain length of time. That's generally how they determine that you have depression. It's usually around 2 weeks. I've been dealing with suicidal thoughts since middle school. And so it's, I'm pretty certain that I have depression. I don't think I need someone to tell me that I do. I'm quite sure that I have depression. But I still know that I do because I was diagnosed with it rather recently. And the reason why I was diagnosed with it recently and not before is because I was finally honest with someone. I was finally honest with Natalia, the love of my life, who helped me through a very, very dark point pretty recently. And so she convinced me to go to the hospital and see some doctors. And so I did. And so I was diagnosed with depressive disorder, something I was fairly certain that I already had, but I finally got diagnosed, and that means I could start getting treatment for it. Now, they tried to give me medicine. I did not want medicine. I'm always react poorly to any mood, behavior altering medicines. I've always reacted poorly, and I knew I would react poorly to the antidepressants they gave me in the hospital, and lo and behold, the stuff that they gave me in the hospital made me feel worse. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that because I went to this hospital, they gave me recommendations for therapists, and I actually managed to go see a therapist thanks to these doctors' recommendations. And now I see a therapist regularly, and it really helps. It really does. And also, being honest with people allows your loved ones to help you as well. If they don't know what's going on, they can't help you. So be honest with people. Tell people how you feel. Because, while they may not be the most qualified to help, every voice will help. Trust me. Talking to people helps, or talking to a camera, or talking to a video game like what I'm doing. If you have suicidal thoughts, go to a doctor, call 911, call your therapist, tell your parents, tell your friends, go to a hospital, right? That's the best way to deal with it. Now, I personally don't like hospitals. I don't like going to hospitals, so to me, I only go into the last resort, because generally hospitals make me depressed. But, it doesn't mean they're not useless, though. Man, I'm having a lot of trouble. I really should have written this out. But hey, this is Minecraft Daily. I just talk about what I want to talk about. So to reiterate, if you're having suicidal thoughts, go to a hospital. When it comes to just the general depression mood where you're just sad and feel worthless all the time, honestly, I cannot recommend exercise more than like I cannot recommend exercise enough. Exercise, and that's one thing I think Tom Scott could do. He's mostly iron. He's mostly been changing his diet to deal with his weight, but I haven't really seen. He might be, but I haven't really seen him exercise. And I really think exercise would benefit him, and I think exercise would benefit most of you who deal with depression. And I know probably most people who deal with depression aren't going to see this video. And again, this is mostly for me to remind myself of what to do, but I feel like when reminding myself, I can help you guys. So please, exercise. Like, whether it be 20 push-ups and 20 squats every day, whether it be running a few miles every day, do something active. Get the dopamine flowing in your veins. It will help so much. Trust me. If only running could help me find these zombies, because I'm pretty sure there's near a dungeon. Oh, ho, ho, there we go. But yeah, let's move away from a depressing topic like depression and start just playing Minecraft. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to bum you guys out or anything, but like, seriously, if you're having these kinds of thoughts and you're having these bouts of depression, talk to somebody, because you might also not have depression. It just might be you're going through a really shitty time in your life, and that's not quite the same thing. Like, you can have depressing thoughts, you can have sad thoughts, you can have suicidal thoughts without having depression, and you might. So it's good to get a diagnosis so that you understand what exactly is going on, because nothing is worse than trying to treat something that you don't know, but you don't know what it is. So please, like, get help if you need it, and talk to a doctor, talk to your friends about it. Just talk to people and be honest with people, be open with people, because the sooner you start being honest, the sooner you'll start feeling better. Trust me. That's the way the world works. I mean, I can tell you without a doubt, the moment you start being honest with people is the moment you're going to start feeling better. Because then other people can help you. It's simple. And I know it might seem like there's no hope, but there are people who care about you. There'll always be there'll always be people who care about you. You know? Because you're not a bad person. All right? There are very few bad people in the world, and you're probably not one of them. All right? So, oh, fuck. Go to someone. Because there are people who care about you. Fucker out there. Do torches still make sure that monsters can't spawn? I don't remember. You motherfucker. Way to interrupt my speech about depression, you fucking skeleton. Oi. Are monsters nearby? Well, fucking... I realize there are monsters nearby, game. That's why I want to sleep. Ho 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 ho. Okay. Now I'm going to sleep. But yeah, just please find someone that you care about, someone who cares about you, And trust me when I say that that's going to help you astronomically. The moment you start being honest with people, the moment you start being honest with yourself, you deserve to be happy. Everybody deserves to be happy. Like, it's a no-brainer. We're all human. It's one of our rights as a human being to be happy. So please don't jeopardize that by trying to be macho like I was trying to be, or by trying to do this on your own. You don't have to. You don't have to. And when you have people, when you have a system in place to help you, it becomes much easier. All right. Well, that was long and rambly. Hopefully it'll help some of you. I'm going to get back to playing some Minecraft and talk. What can I talk about now? I can talk about how much I hate writer's block right now. Oh my goodness. Like I've said, I've had the worst writer's block lately. And it's really bothering me so much. Like, and I don't know what to do about it. What can I do about it? I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm past that point now, but right now what I'm working on is finishing up the Mass Effect video. And once the Mass Effect video is done, I'm going to start working on the next episode of Jack's Mind. And hopefully that'll be out much faster than Mass Effect videos coming out, but we'll see. And then once Jack's Mind is done, I'll work on something. I'll figure it out. But writer's block, oh my goodness, is the worst when it comes to my creativity, because I don't just get small bouts of it. It happens to me a lot, and it goes on for a while. This is the longest it's been on, almost a month now, but I don't know how to deal with it. So what I've been doing is just kind of, instead of trying to tackle it and just slog through it, I just do what I normally do and just jump between projects when I feel inspired to do certain projects. And it's kind of worked, but I don't know what's more effective. Do I just, duke it out with my writer's block and only focus on one project, or do I get work on other projects done while I can't get work on this project done, even though I want to get this project done first? And I'm trying to get this project done first. I don't. What the hell? What do I do? What do I do, guys? I don't know. We'll see. And so, the Mass Effect video will be coming out by the end of the week. At this point, there's no question. And I'm really happy about that. So, I just gotta I'm literally on the last level of the game. I just have to do the writing, and this level doesn't have a lot of writing because the last level of Mass Effect doesn't really have a lot of dialogue scenes in it, actually. So not a lot of room to work with. So hopefully this will be done right. Once I get back to working on the Mass Effect script, it'll be done. Like, pretty much instantly, I think. The next part that's going to take a while is the recording, but that'll only take, not the recording of the audio. That shouldn't take me too long. It should only take me a few takes per line and a few minutes per take, so that shouldn't take me too long. There aren't a ton of lines in the video, so there's that. The next part that's going to take a while, though, is recording the gameplay footage, because I have scenes from all over the game, and I have not been able to find a Mass Effect save editor. I've found save editors for the second and third game, but not the first game. So I'm just going to have to play through the game again. Now, thankfully, I'm already playing through the game again, and And so I'm just going to play the game and then record the scenes when I need to record them and use editing tricks and shit to make it match up, and it'll hopefully turn out very well. I'm pretty sure it will. I think this is one of my funniest scripts yet. I think it's going to be great. I have a very particular vision, though, and that's what has made writing it a nightmare, is that I've been trying to adhere to a certain vision that I have in my head. And that makes it difficult because of the perfectionist side of me that wants everything to be perfect. And nothing is perfect. And that's the problem with perfectionism, is that it's inachievable. Perfection is inachievable. And while that's great for motivating yourself to, get fit and stuff, it's not great for motivating your creativity. So I've been stuck. I've finally gotten unstuck, and it will be finished very soon. And I'm very happy to say that. I can say that with confidence and with grace, because I know I'm going to finish it very soon. I'm hoping this video becomes very popular. I'm going to do my best to network it without spending money, because I don't have any money to spend. So it's going to hopefully do well. I definitely want to do this kind of video for all of the games. That was the plan, so that's what I'm hoping to be able to do. I think it's a really great and funny concept, and I think it could be very successful, so that's why I'm doing it. When it comes to the Mass Effect video, the next Jack's Mind video, again, will start very soon after I finish Mass Effect video. Well, it's already started. It'll just be finished soon after, and that's going to be really funny. I'm going to start establishing more and more backstory for the main character that is Jack, which is going to be fun. There's a lot of stuff I'm planning for my channel. There's as Jack Mind progresses, there's just some random short videos that are more akin to people like Tomska, or Ross Scott, from Accursed Farms, who is obviously, like, if you know who he is, he's a huge inspiration. You can tell that he's a huge inspiration to me. And so I have a lot of things planned. The problem is, how realistic is it for me to pursue YouTube the way that I'd like to? And it's not, because despite the fact that I think that I'm good, I'm not very successful. I only have barely 130 subscribers. I only get, like, on average 50 views a video that I post on my main channel. I'm not, like, again, I'm just plain not successful. But it's something I really love to do, and something I've always wanted to do since I discovered YouTube. And since I was a child, I've wanted to act. I've wanted to create. Ultimately, I want to be able to act in and create my own movies. And YouTube is a great way for me to do that, in the near future, if I have a following, which I don't have, and it's very disappointing, and that's why I'm trying to pursue another career. Now, because of my choices in life, I don't have a lot of options, and it's my fault. I chose the path that I took, and it ended up failing. And so now I need to scramble to see what I can do. And there's not a lot. I can edit videos pretty well. I can act. I can act better than a lot of people. I'm a good actor. I know this. I'm just not confident. And I'm not good at networking. And so I'm trying to make this voice acting career work. And it most certainly could. I'm just not sure if I'm approaching at it from the right angle. Because I figured I was approaching it from the smart angle of trying to get some freelance work done, so I have a resume when I start sending to agencies and start sending it to places where I'd start making more money for the jobs I do. But I'm not getting a ton of freelance work, and I really need to start getting that freelance work more, not just to further my career, but just for life in general. I really need to start getting that freelance work now, and it's not happening. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? And I've been so close to giving up so many times, but I'm not going to. I'm not. That's not who I am anymore. I'm not going to let what happened to me in college happen again. It's not going to happen. I'm going to keep going and keep pursuing the things I want to do because damn it, I deserve to be happy. I deserve to make money doing the things that I love to do because that is the American way. And you know what? I'm a hot-blooded American, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do everything in my power to help others achieve those dreams as well. Whether that be people I know or people I don't know. Like, if anybody who watches this needs counseling or needs editing help, I'm perfectly fine. I'd appreciate payment, but that's not required. I would love to help. That's like what I want to do. And if I become when I become successful, I will help the community that has helped me and more. I will always be willing to give back to the people in my life and the people that watch my stuff. And I'm always willing to help the people who have inspired me. One of my dreams is to be able to be rich enough to be able to fund other people's projects, to be able to fund creative projects, scientific projects, whatever kind of projects that need money. That is my dream. That is, or at least one of my dreams. That is a goal of mine. I want to be able to be in a financial situation where I don't have to worry about money, where I can give money to others without worrying about myself. But I need money to be able to get there, and I don't have it. So I can't help people monetarily. What I can help people with is advice, is with my skills, whatever I can do to help, and I will do it. So if you guys need help, ask, and I will help. I'll do everything that I can to help. Might not be a lot, but that's all I've got, guys. That's all I can do. Let's go ahead and start cooking this into charcoal. This has been a very weird Minecraft video, I guess. I don't know. Man, I really needed to say that. So thank you for letting me say that, guys. This is very positive experience, mostly because it's me talking about shit that I really should have talked about a long time ago. Let's turn on the music. I don't normally play with music on this game, but I feel like it'll help with the moments where I can't think of what to say. The work that I do for YouTube and the work that I do for voice acting makes me really happy. And I want to make that the way I make money. I want to be happy doing the work that I do. And it's really difficult to be pursuing a voice acting career or a YouTube career not being successful at it. And when I know that I can be, I most certainly can be. There's something I'm not doing right that's preventing me from becoming successful, and I don't quite know what it is, and that's really hard for me to deal with. So, I don't know, I'll just have to figure it out. And I will. God damn it. I am going to figure this out because I'm going to be a successful actor. I'm going to be a successful YouTuber. I'm going to do everything in my power to be able to do that. And that's just what I'm meant to do. So I'm going to do it. And nothing's going to stop me. Thanks for watching, guys. I feel like this is a pretty good end to this part of Minecraft Mondays. I'm gonna get back to work on my not Minecraft Mondays, Minecraft Daily. I'm gonna get back to work on Mass Effect. Bye bye, everybody. McFlubberpants Over and out.